Have you ever stepped out of the shower feeling fresh and clean, only to find yourself feeling uncomfortable just a few hours later, in a place you rarely even think about? After the age of 70, your body begins to change in ways you never expected. Hygiene routines that worked for decades suddenly aren't enough anymore. And the frightening truth is, neglecting just a few small areas of your body can lead to big consequences. Infections, skin breakdown, loss of mobility, even hospitalization. All because you forgot to properly clean spots that seem harmless. In today's video, we're uncovering 3 parts of your body that most people ignore, yet they play a massive role in your daily health, immunity, and comfort. One of these areas, if left damp for just one night, can become a hidden breeding ground for bacteria and fungus for weeks. Think a quick rinse is enough. The truth might shock you, and could change your habits starting tomorrow. And most importantly, at the end of this video, we'll reveal a surprising warning about one body part that, if not cleaned correctly, could silently weaken your entire immune system. Don't look away, because just one of these forgotten areas might cost you your independence and well-being in ways you never imagined. Let's begin. And the first area we'll discuss may have been carrying your weight for decades, yet it's often the first to suffer in silence: your feet. Your feet, 2 simple parts of your body that have carried the full weight of your life for decades, are often the most overlooked. Yet after 70, they can become the source of some of the most dangerous health complications. Why? Because many older adults stop paying attention to them. They think, if I can still walk, everything must be fine. But that assumption can lead to serious trouble. The skin on your feet becomes thinner and drier with age. Tiny cracks can open up without you noticing, creating a perfect gateway for bacteria and fungi to enter. If you have diabetes, poor circulation, or reduced immune response, an unnoticed infection on your foot can spread quickly, and in severe cases, it can lead to ulcers, gangrene, or even amputation. Let me give you an example. Mrs. Thompson, a 76-year-old woman, was active and independent, but over time, her vision declined and her flexibility lessened. She could no longer reach her feet easily and assumed they didn't need much care. One day, she noticed a strange odor and a small red patch near her heel. By the time she sought medical attention, it had turned into a deep, infected ulcer that required hospitalization, all because she hadn't checked or cleaned her feet properly. This isn't meant to scare you. It's a wake-up call. Your feet are your foundation. Clean them daily, especially between the toes. Dry them thoroughly. Check them often for redness, cracks, or swelling. Moisturize if the skin is dry, and never walk barefoot around the house, especially if you have health conditions that affect circulation. Because ignoring your feet doesn't just put them at risk, it puts your independence at risk too. And as you'll see in the next part, there's another area just as dangerous if neglected, yet even fewer people pay attention to it. It may sound surprising, but your belly button, yes, that tiny little hollow, is one of the most overlooked areas of the body when it comes to hygiene. And after the age of 70, neglecting it can quietly open the door to dangerous infections. Why? Because it's the perfect environment for bacteria and fungi to thrive. Dark, moist, and often forgotten. The navel collects sweat, dead skin cells, lint, and sometimes soap residue. If not cleaned regularly and properly, this buildup can lead to foul odors, itching, redness, and in more severe cases, infections that spread to surrounding tissues. You might think a quick rinse in the shower is enough, but it isn't, especially for those with weakened immune systems, diabetes, or limited mobility. Take the case of Mr. Leonard, a 74-year-old widower. He was in good shape overall, but began noticing a strange smell coming from his midsection. Embarrassed, he didn't mention it to anyone. When the discomfort grew, he finally visited his doctor, who found a fungal infection that had been developing silently in his navel for weeks. The treatment took time, and the discomfort was entirely avoidable. To prevent this, take a simple step. Use a soft washcloth or cotton swab with mild soap to gently clean the inside of your navel every few days. Make sure to dry it thoroughly. Moisture is the enemy here, and if you notice any odd odor, itching, or discharge. Don't ignore it. Address it right away. Remember, in this stage of life, the smallest oversight can have the biggest consequences. And as you'll discover in the next part, there's one more area that might seem innocent, but could be silently undermining your immune system every single day. It might sound odd at first, but the area behind your ears is one of the most neglected parts of the body, especially in seniors. And yet, it's a hotspot for sweat, oil, and bacteria to accumulate unnoticed. As we age, our skin becomes thinner and more sensitive, which means what used to be a harmless bit of neglect can now turn into chronic irritation, inflammation, and even skin infections. Behind the ears, the skin is often folded or pressed against eyeglass arms or oxygen tubing, creating a warm, moist environment that's ideal for bacteria and fungi to thrive. Add in reduced flexibility that makes it harder to reach or see this area, and it becomes the perfect storm for unnoticed buildup and eventual skin breakdown. Consider the story of Mrs. Diane, a 76-year-old woman who always considered herself clean and well-groomed. Yet she began experiencing persistent itching and flaking behind her ears. At first, she assumed it was dry skin from aging, but when red sores began to appear, her dermatologist found a mild fungal infection caused by trapped moisture and poor ventilation, all from a spot she had forgotten to wash and dry thoroughly. To prevent this, it only takes a few seconds. During your daily shower, gently wash behind your ears with warm water and mild soap. Afterward, dry the area completely, especially if you wear glasses or any headgear that may trap moisture. And if you're using lotions or creams on your face, be mindful not to let them build up behind the ears without cleaning afterward. This small act of attention can help you avoid weeks of discomfort and may even prevent more serious infections in those with fragile skin or compromised immune systems. And now, in the final part of this important journey, we'll uncover a hidden zone on your body that, if left dirty, may directly weaken your body's natural defenses. Stay tuned, because this last revelation might surprise you most. It might surprise you, but your navel or belly button is one of the dirtiest and most overlooked parts of your body. Especially as you age, this small, hollow area can become a hidden reservoir for sweat, dead skin cells, and bacteria. And when it's not cleaned properly, the consequences can go beyond just an unpleasant odor. Many seniors have deeper navels, and with reduced flexibility or mobility, it's easy to miss this tiny spot during daily hygiene. But what starts as minor neglect can escalate. Trapped moisture combined with body heat creates a breeding ground for harmful microbes, sometimes leading to yeast infections, bacterial overgrowth, or even painful abscesses that require medical attention. Let's take the example of Mr. Harold, a 74-year-old retired teacher. For years, he believed that rinsing off in the shower was enough, but he began noticing a strange smell and some redness around his midsection. When he finally sought help, his doctor found an infected cyst deep inside the navel, caused by years of inadequate cleaning. Cleaning this area doesn't require any special tools, just consistency and care. Use a soft cloth or cotton swab with warm water and gentle soap to reach into the crevices of your navel. Rinse and dry thoroughly to prevent moisture from lingering. Avoid using alcohol or harsh products, which can irritate the skin, especially if it's already delicate with age. Your navel might be small, but it's at the center of your body and deserves attention, because a little awareness here can prevent a lot of discomfort and even bigger health risks. But there's still one more area, often overlooked, often misunderstood, that holds even greater danger if neglected. In the final part, we reveal a region that, if not cleaned properly, could compromise your whole immune system. You won't want to miss this. If there's one area that truly demands extra attention after 70, it's your groin, the space between your thighs, around the genitals, and extending to the folds where skin touches skin. This area is warm, dark, often moist, and because of that, it's a prime breeding ground for bacteria and fungi. Unfortunately, it's also one of the most neglected parts of the body in daily hygiene routines. Let's be clear, as you age, your skin gets thinner, more sensitive, and more prone to irritation. If sweat, dead skin, or urine residue accumulates in the groin area, you're risking not just discomfort, but infections that can lead to serious complications, like fungal rashes, open sores, or even skin breakdown that limits your ability to move. Consider the case of Mrs. Eleanor, an active 76-year-old who loved gardening. She began noticing an itching sensation that turned into a painful rash. At first, she thought it was a bug bite, but weeks later, it had spread. A visit to the doctor confirmed a fungal infection that had developed in the groin folds, something that could have been prevented with consistent, gentle cleaning and proper drying. So what should you do? Every day, gently wash the groin area with mild soap and warm water. Pat, not rub. Dry thoroughly, especially in the folds. Avoid powders with talc or harsh chemicals. And wear breathable, loose-fitting underwear made from cotton to reduce sweat buildup. This area might feel awkward to talk about, but ignoring it can lead to real pain and loss of independence. Taking a few moments each day to care for it can save you from weeks of discomfort, or worse. And now, we've reached the most critical part of all. There's one final zone, often forgotten, rarely discussed, that, if left dirty, can sabotage your immune system and increase your risk of systemic illness. You need to know about it. Let's head there now. If there's one area that truly demands extra attention after 70, it's your groin, the space between your thighs, around the genitals, and extending to the folds where skin touches skin. This area is warm, dark, often moist, and because of that, it's a prime breeding ground for bacteria and fungi. Unfortunately, it's also one of the most neglected parts of the body in daily hygiene routines. Let's be clear, as you age, your skin gets thinner, more sensitive, and more prone to irritation. If sweat, dead skin, or urine residue accumulates in the groin area, you're risking not just discomfort, but infections that can lead to serious complications, like fungal rashes, open sores, or even skin breakdown that limits your ability to move. Consider the case of Mrs. Eleanor, an active 76-year-old who loved gardening. She began noticing an itching sensation that turned into a painful rash. At first, she thought it was a bug bite, but weeks later, it had spread. A visit to the doctor confirmed a fungal infection that had developed in the groin folds, something that could have been prevented with consistent, gentle cleaning and proper drying. So what should you do? Every day, gently wash the groin area with mild soap and warm water. Pat, not rub. Dry thoroughly, especially in the folds. Avoid powders with talc or harsh chemicals. And wear breathable, loose-fitting underwear made from cotton to reduce sweat buildup. This area might feel awkward to talk about, but ignoring it can lead to real pain and loss of independence. Taking a few moments each day to care for it can save you from weeks of discomfort, or worse. And now, we've reached the most critical part of all. There's one final zone, often forgotten, rarely discussed, that, if left dirty, can sabotage your immune system and increase your risk of systemic illness. You need to know about it. Let's head there now. After turning 60, many of us begin to realize a quiet but powerful truth. Things we once relied on, family, health, stability, are no longer guaranteed. And without preparation, we may face loneliness, lack, or even the loss of independence right in our own homes. But today, you've been handed a valuable roadmap, 6 pillars more reliable than even family. Financial security, proactive health, a strong social circle, a clear sense of purpose, emotional resilience, and the ability to adapt. Each pillar is a reminder that you are the only one who can truly protect yourself. You can't wait for a crisis to take action. You can't expect someone to always show up exactly when you need them. And you certainly can't gamble your later years on luck or circumstance. If your finances are not in order, you'll become dependent. If your health is ignored, you'll lose your freedom. If your mindset isn't strong, you'll feel lost in your own life. But if you start today, by changing how you spend, taking care of your body, building new relationships, reigniting your passions, strengthening your inner self, and embracing change, then you won't just survive. you will truly live. So before this video ends, ask yourself, which pillar am I building right now? What am I neglecting? And where am I willing to start again? If this video brought value to you, please like it, share it to inspire someone else, and subscribe to Life Begins at 50 so you never miss practical, empowering advice for living strong, free, and fearless in your later years. We'll see you in the next video. Remember, old age is not the end. It's the beginning of your most powerful chapter yet.